And I'll ask a question that I had and still do have that was sort of the focus of my whole project. Before I ask that question, I'll say that the artwork you're seeing is not really the artwork that I made for the project. Now I'll ask the question, and then I'll explain what the artwork is. The question is there a religious space or a prayer space that exists maybe in New York or in the world where everyone involved is doing what they want to do and need to do to pray simultaneously? And could this exist? And have you ever been to one? And would it really serve any function? So in the course of my research and artwork, I was exploring what prayer is and what prayer could mean with regard to alienation, which are like forces that would stop you from doing what you want to do. Because there are things that we might want to do every day, or things that we might want to say but don't say for a lot of different reasons. And those reasons and those things that you want to do that you don't do still come into you still don't do them when you're in a religious space because it's not allowed to. So I created a group called the Bzr Union, and I have a pamphlet up here with all the activities we did. And we had 10 different meetings, so it was an informal religious space that had no specific place. We were nomadic. And we performed, well, there were 8 activities, and there are 2 more coming up that you're all invited to. You can ask me if you want to come. It's called Bzr Reunion, because Bilhah and Zilpah are 2 of the 4 wives of Jacob from the Bible. There's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he had 4 wives. And these 2 wives were sort of slave wives who, as of now, I don't think have really been appropriated. No one's used them for, certainly not an art project as far as I know, but in any religious way or in any Jewish or Christian way, they're not really big characters because they were not really, they weren't like full-fledged members of that community. And that's part of the question of the whole project is how do people who are not full-fledged members of a community still go to a prayer service and pray? What are they praying to? And what sort of mixed hybrid God or conception of the universe do they want to answer them back? So we produced a lot of writing. I only have a few things here, and I have this book that feel free to take. It's called People Do Things. And it asked the question, how do you relate to something that you don't understand? And that's what this artwork is. All these objects are things that have come into my life somehow, and they're things I don't really understand. So intuition has caused me to find them, pick them up, and then put them here in this way. So I don't really know how they all got here, but they did. And they're arranged in a certain way, and they lead you along a certain way. And I think they're all interesting. I think that for a reason. They're all pretty powerful objects to me. Maybe not to you. So feel free to take any pamphlets and ask me questions. Thank you.
What kind of activities have you done as a group?
So we've done, they're all pretty basic. There are a lot of like meditation sort of activities, or some of them are led by different people, not by myself, so it depends what you would want to lead. We've had a lot of singing. The most basic ones are group chanting, like blindfolded, so everyone gets together and you start off, someone will start with a sound, and you keep moving, so your body is producing the sounds it wants to, and after 10 minutes, you're not really thinking anymore, you're just saying that. So it's more of an exercise, and it's what you could do at a prayer service, theoretically. That's what it's doing. A lot of things. Yeah.
When you were speaking about awesome spaces where anyone could come and pray anywhere they wanted, my first thought was about natural spaces, like in the city, maybe like parks, or even more natural landscapes. And I noticed that a lot of the objects you have are from nature, and I was just wondering if you have any thoughts on that, or
Yeah, definitely. And most of what I have, well, not most of it, but a lot of it are from nature. There's some bones and there's a mushroom and like little nests and things. Because I think those are the things I understand the least, or everyone understands the least. Like how did they get there and they're doing their own thing all the time.
sometimes is ritualistic, is right about it as playfulness. You want to have the combination of prayer and playfulness.
Yeah. So in the paper I was writing about how praying is like play, and how when you have a relationship with someone that's a good relationship, you start to play with them and you make jokes because you're at a level where you can afford that. When you don't know someone well, you don't take those risks. So if you are supposed to know your universe very well when you pray, you're supposed to be able to you should be able to be comfortable. And good prayer should be like good planning, where you're going and you're making jokes with whatever it is you're communicating with. So the idea is to create activities where we're playing and praying with each other, but maybe with something that's more than each other, like your voice or whatever's making that. Or there was one we did a lot of eye staring. So just gazing at people you don't really know for a long time. And if you're not looking at the other person, you're looking at something that's inside them, or them looking at you. And it's very simple, but it gets right to that place where you don't know what to do, and it's very physical. It's physical play, physical prayer.